all you sports fans out there, and season's greetings as we're coming up on Christmas.
Merry Chrysler.
Merry Christmas.
Wow.
All right.
Welcome to the Hot Seat Sports Talk. Before we get started, make sure you please like and subscribe to this channel. So, let's get this Christmas segment rolling as the last one of 2018. Yeah.
I'm older than both of you. What do you mean?
Okay, you're older than me by 2 months.
I'm
Don't
still
do that.
pretty old. Though.
What?
Just memories.
I'm pretty sure I have like a whole year on you.
No. Yeah.
I don't know.
All right.
That's a later time.
Yeah,
We'll figure that out.
Yeah, we'll figure that out. All right, let's go into the 4-minute offense. I'll start it off. Brady selected to record-tying 14th Pro Bowl. Good for him.
Good stuff. He's breaking the record next year.
That's exactly what I was gonna say.
Good for him. You know, he might not get to play in the Pro Bowl, depending on how they do.
Still
But
good.
it's you know, it's good for him. Yeah, he's one more away.
I mean, I don't think anybody's surprised. Even though the Patriots are kind of having an off year this year, you could say, but he's still a phenomenal quarterback.
Falling off a little bit.
And like you said earlier, and next year we're going to talk about record-breaking 15th Pro Bowl probably. So if he plays next year.
Except we won't be here next year. But
Not in this specific place.
Yeah.
But if he plays.
So I need. So
Foreshadowing at its finest.
So, your thoughts?
With Brady?
Yeah.
Okay.
This should take a while.
What's that supposed to mean?
You're going to talk a lot about Brady.
He's a Michigan man.
There you go.
Anyway.
Starting his college career. No, we're not going to go that far back. Tom Brady, congrats on 14th. And I'm ready for 15th. It's going to happen next year. We're going to have to cover all of this. You're going to be triggered by it because it's Tom Brady. You don't really like Tom Brady, but you also do.
Yeah.
Kind of depends on the day, depends on the matchup, depends on the
weather.
situation.
Yeah. So, next one. Rams and Chiefs both hit roadblocks this week.
Dude.
Chiefs go down on Thursday night to the Chargers.
I expected
Yes.
that.
And then the Rams get, not obliterated, but it didn't look good as they fall at home on Sunday night
I'll agree with that.
to Philadelphia. Round start with the Rams. Rams, okay, you lost 3. You got to win out if you want to try and get home field. You have to. Kansas City, sorry, Mahomes, you're not as good as everybody thinks. You know, if Mahomes was, you know, like a Brady, a Manning, a Breeze, they would have won that game. But nope, the veteran Philip Rivers came back and proved once again that the Chargers are legitimate.
I agree with that, but yeah, both teams are hitting a roadblock, but both teams are still really good. You can't deny that. Both have really good quarterbacks, and the running game for the Chiefs have been off, but they're still good. And well, now defenses can it's more about their defenses right now, I should say. But then, otherwise, they're going to probably overcome it come the coming weeks, the last 2 weeks of regular season. I think they're going to go pretty far in playoffs. So I think get this out of the way now, and then they'll be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you there. Hit the losing streak now so you don't have to worry about it later or in the playoffs.
Playoffs?
They're going.
Playoffs?
Yeah,
They're both going.
They're going to the playoffs. They
Oh, duh,
can't
they
really
already
argue that.
clinched.
I think they should meet in the playoffs.
So Super Bowl.
So Super Bowl?
Yep.
That could happen.
That could happen. But we'll talk about that in 2019 when we come back. Which teams will sneak into the playoffs?
Not Carolina.
Not Detroit.
I could see Baltimore, especially if they get
Yes.
this huge win coming up.
That would be big.
They could win. They have to win out though.
Against the Chargers.
That could happen.
It could
Cleveland?
happen. Cleveland.
A
7.
lot has to happen, including a tie game. So
Between the Texans and the Colts.
yeah, so a lot
So
has
they,
to happen.
so they have to tie. They have to win out. A lot of other things have to happen for Cleveland. Yeah, they're done. Even though they beat Denver on Saturday night, which, by the way, that Denver looked terrible.
Denver is terrible, pretty much.
Yeah.
It's like the Sixers a few years ago. They're about to enter a rebuilding phase.
Except Denver's in reverse. They were really good Super Bowl champs, and now they're in.
Yeah.
Now they have to rebuild again.
They're going to be the Cleveland next year. The 2016 Cleveland next year.
But in terms of for me who sneaks in, well, depending on how Seattle does, Seattle will get in. And I like Philly as well.
Oh, okay.
Sneak in there.
That could happen.
I like it.
I'm with you on Philly. I'm with the Ravens too. So I'm thinking there's a good chance of the Ravens, if they manage to hold the Chargers, I feel like it would give them a little bit of momentum into their next game. And that could carry over into a possible playoff run.
And my last two, because I'm looking at the helmets at the front of the desk. I kind of like to see two AFC South teams make a run, either Tennessee or Indy. Have you seen what Derrick Henry's been doing the last
Derrick
2
Henry
weeks?
definitely showed up.
Too late for fantasy owners if you're eliminated.
Well,
But
Yeah.
But Tennessee, they're 8-6. Indy, coming off that shutout win over the Cowboys this past week.
that was huge for them.
I wouldn't be surprised if one of those two sneak in that 6th spot.
I completely agree with you.
I could see it.
No. And in the last one, could Anthony Davis become a Los Angeles Laker? There's been a lot of news swirling around this in the past couple of days. You have a look of.
I've heard this news earlier today, and I do not believe this. So much has to happen for Anthony Davis, and with the team, including salary and, well, contract extensions probably, at least for him, to see how long he'll stay. If it's going to be a 1 year or just a full-on max deal possibly, because I believe the Lakers have a 1 or 2 slots for a max deal, I believe, coming up, but I really don't see it.
I don't see it happening either. Like you said, it all goes down to salary. Sure, they want him there to go with LeBron. They want him to go with Lonzo, Brady Ingram, all those guys,
That'd be crazy. Hit JaVale.
and JaVale. But I don't think Davis will want to leave New Orleans. The city's they gave him so much. He's the vocal point, the building block of that Pelicans franchise, so I don't think he'll leave. I think that's too far fetched.
He's for sure not going to LA. It's a thought. I feel like once LeBron shifted over to the Lakers, everybody that division was like, okay, we have a potential #1 contender coming over.
Yeah.
I want to get with that. I want to join this. I want to be up there too. But I feel like with Anthony Davis, in his case, he's got to stay in New Orleans because, like you guys did say, they built a whole franchise around him there.
Yeah. So, we'll see if it happens.
They lost Boogie, they
won't.
can't lose Davis.
He'll
Yeah.
come back.
Boogie?
I feel like he'll come back.
Boogie.
Boogie Cousins. Maybe.
Because the Warriors won't be able to afford him next year.
There's that.
Yeah, there's that.
I'm just thinking, maybe he's going to be like, all right, kind of worked with Anthony Davis. Let's see what happens if I go back.
All right.
Yeah, there's that. And then there's the college football Final Four.
This is what I was thinking of last week.
So, we covered all the bowl games last week, but
Yes.
we didn't discuss these two. So, we're going to start off with the Cotton Bowl. I'm going to start with both games and go all the way to the national title. So, Cotton Bowl, Notre Dame, Clemson. Notre Dame looks good, but they looked shaky throughout the entire year. USC, they looked shaky. Even like
Very
Ball
close
State,
games.
they looked
Very
shaky.
close games.
Clemson's been dominant the entire year. Won their conference title game by 30 or more. I don't see Clemson struggle in this one. And the Orange Bowl, Oklahoma, Alabama. Who can really beat Bama? Either if it's Jalen Hurts or if it's Tua, no one can beat Bama. So I have a rematch from a couple years ago. And it's Bama, Clemson, Roll Tide, national champions.
For the Cotton Bowl, I completely agree with you. Clemson went through a little trouble earlier in the year by losing Kelly Bryant, their quarterback, him transferring.
Missouri.
But their freshman, Trevor Lawrence, I believe, he stepped up and just looking great for Clemson. And they're beasts. They're unstoppable, too, pretty much. So you have to pick Clemson in this matchup. This matchup is still shaky for me, the Orange Bowl, because we've seen Oklahoma still make it close, but I believe this should be the rematch of the title game last year. I think it should have been Oklahoma. I don't know if they'll beat them right now, but I'll say it's going to be close. But for now, I'll say Alabama and Clemson again, a rematch from 2 years ago.
And who takes it?
I'll say Clemson again on this one.
Ooh.
See what you're saying with Notre Dame and Clemson, up and down. It's kind of been always for Notre Dame. Clemson, yeah, they've been pretty dominating. I have to pick Clemson in this one. Then it comes down to Oklahoma and Bama. Oklahoma's been way up there. I'm going to be honest. I did not expect as much as they showed up this year.
You didn't think they'd make it to the playoffs again?
I didn't think they'd make it this far now. I like what they're showing, but I got to go with Bama still.
Mm-hmm.
They're
And
just
who
big.
takes it between number 1 and number 2?
I'm going to go with Clemson back-to-back.
Ooh. Oh, well, I guess I'm going to be the only one that's right when we come back.
Oh,
Oh, you did not just say that.
Yeah, I did.
You're not right all the time, but neither is him or me.
Yeah, give or take. Depends on the matchup. Speaking of matchups, we have the NBA on Christmas Day.
Ooh.
So, first game of the holiday, Milwaukee at New York. Well, there's not that much to say about this one.
This will be an easy one.
Yeah, this is Milwaukee all the way. Even though they beat Detroit a couple nights ago by 3, but still, Giannis, really?
Animal.
Yeah.
Great player on the rim.
Oh, yeah. And I don't think New York's going to have that. They haven't been good all year long.
No, they won't be able to stop Giannis.
I mean, you got to pick Milwaukee in this matchup, too.
What is Milwaukee? But I'm going with Milwaukee. All right.
Next, we have the Oklahoma City Thunder visiting the Houston Rockets, but
Houston has been the streak. I don't know.
Yeah.
Too inconsistent. It's either you're going to have a losing season or you're going to try and win. There's no in between. The Thunder have been looking good.
yeah, that's been really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A few fights here and there.
But-
Few fights here and there, but Russell's been playing great.
He's been playing amazing.
So has Paul George.
That team overall just kind of has found its way to come together.
An underrated.
Because of
Playoff
Melo
team.
leaving.
Yes.
Yep.
Steven Adams is going to go off on the boards in this game.
Yep. And I'm taking the road team in this one as well. I like the Thunder.
Oklahoma City Thunder.
Gotta take the Thunder here.
All right. And then the Philadelphia 76ers at the Boston Celtics.
This is a great matchup.
This will be
It's
a
always a
good
great
game.
matchup.
Yep. Even though Philly got obliterated by the Spurs the other night, which was a good win for them. Nice job. Boston's been, I don't know. Kyrie some nights looks great. Gordon Hayward sometimes looks great, but at the same time they don't. So in terms of this one, I go again my third road team. I'll go Philly.
You are right. Philly has been looking really good lately, but Boston, I mean, I feel like they have more star talent when you look at every single position, even with the small forwards, shooting guards, all that. So I'm gonna pick Boston.
Yeah.
I'm going with Philly on this one. I feel like Boston does have a lot of talent. Philly's also got talent, but to me they just seem a little bit more
Complete.
together.
Yeah, complete. Yeah. So then the primetime game, the Los Angeles Lakers at Golden State.
Golden State.
Golden State.
They
LeBron
will not stop LeBron, though. LeBron will have a great game, but I'm picking Golden State.
KD will, bold prediction for this game, KD will outscore LeBron.
I gotta pick Golden State too. I don't know about that prediction, because who knows, but I think Golden State has this.
Oh, yeah, easily.
Yeah.
And the last one of the night, Portland at Utah.
Utah's kind of backing a
Utah,
shaky season too.
it's been disappointing.
Yeah.
But Portland's started out great, and they're starting to decline, but they're still good.
Oh yeah.
Damian Lillard and C.J. McCollum are so great. They have good forwards. Yeah, I like the Blazers on the road in Utah in this one. I like it a lot.
I like Portland as well.
Trailblazers.
All right, and that's the NBA on Christmas Day. And now,
National Football League Week 16.
this is the last time ever we're going to be talking about all the teams at once.
And fantasy as well.
Yep. So we're gonna do our picks plus the fantasies, our last installment ever of the Fantasy Zone, at the same time. So, Brian,
I will
lead us off.
start. I will start for you. Our first matchup, we have the Washington Redskins visiting the Tennessee Titans. And the spread, they're giving Tennessee
10.
No, they're giving Washington 10.
Yep.
Tennessee's is favored to win. Okay. When it comes to this game, Washington is just hit the injury bug times 10. All their important players are getting injured when
Yes.
time
Yeah.
comes to it. In Tennessee, like we talked about Derrick Henry, I mean,
Beast.
they're looking for a playoff run, potentially, and they're looking like it could be a good chance depending on how the other AFC teams do. When it comes to fantasy-wise, oh, I'm sorry, hang on. For this game, I picked the Titans winning, because, I don't know, you guys probably agree with me, but fantasy-wise, you should not start anybody from Washington, because I don't think anybody, I don't know about AP either, but no, I wouldn't start anybody. But from Tennessee, you have to start the Titans defense, because they're probably going to go off with their shaky, was it Josh Jackson, the Redskins quarterback now?
Yes.
It's Jackson, I know that. So they're probably going to struggle against Tennessee's defense. And also, like we said, start Derrick Henry, because he's going to go off. He's huge and a beast.
All right.
You should basically sit all the Redskins tight ends, because the Titans are a great defense against the tight ends, so I would not start him at all.
What happened to your boy Jordan Reed this year?
Guess what happened to him again?
He got injured,
He got
just
injured.
like always. God, didn't I tell you that? Oh, wait, I did.
Yeah, but I knocked on wood, so it didn't work.
Yeah. All right, I'm up. I got Baltimore 8-6 going to Los Angeles. The Chargers at 11-3, coming off the win against the Chiefs. The Chargers are -4.5. So I like the Chargers, obviously, in this one. It's a Saturday night game, prime time. Baltimore's going to try. They have Lamar Jackson. I don't think their offense is capable of going up against that Chargers defense. I mean, they held Kansas City to 28. Kansas City were used to putting up at least 30 a game. You know, they only put up 28. So I don't see the rookie doing anything spectacular against the Chargers. So, and I'm taking them this week. Not as my lock, but just taking them. For startums, you start Lamar Jackson, even though said he would struggle a little bit because because of his great rushing ability. That's about it. Gus Edwards for Baltimore. He's taken over Baltimore's starting running back. Nice matchup against a middling Charger defense in the middle. Obvious starts, you start the Ravens defense. Because you don't know how good the Chargers could be. They could be streaky. Phillip Rivers, obviously. Melvin Gordon, if he plays. Austin Eckler, if Melvin Gordon's out. And Keenan Allen, if he plays. So the Chargers are banged up as well.
Oh, yeah.
They're going to have a good week. Just a feeling.
Eric's feelings are almost right
Yeah.
sometimes. So
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to take you to the casino.
If you want to go, I'm down to go.
Let's go right now. Nope, got a show to do.
Yeah, we have this show to finish.
All right, and now we have the 5-9 Tampa Bay Buccaneers at the 8-6 Dallas Cowboys. For this one, I'm thinking that Dallas is just kind of falling off a little bit from what they had the past few years.
A little bit, but they're making the best of what they got.
Oh yeah, no doubt. And then with Tampa, it's kind of been on and off. It depends on who their starting quarterback is, who's injured, who's in, who's out. It's just all over the place with them. I would say for this one, you got to start Dak Prescott.
Yep.
He's had good matchups, mostly looking into Tampa's secondary defense in their backfield.
Oh,
It's
their
just gonna
secondary
be
is terrible.
Good deep ball. Tampa Bay, start tight end Cameron Brate, start wide receiver Mike Evans. Dallas does have a good run defense.
They do.
They've got a good line.
Oh, yeah.
For Dallas, you also got to start their running back. You got to start Zeke and Amari Cooper.
Zeke, I hope you do nothing.
Zeke, have a game.
Please don't. I'm in a championship.
Do whatever you want,
them.
Zeke,
No.
because these guys don't matter to you.
Yes.
Yes.
Zeke, go off.
No.
I want to see you have a good game.
And Amari Cooper, you start him. So
Yes.
who are your sets?
Sit James Winston.
Oh.
Jeez.
We really got to talk about this one.
We
No,
really don't.
who's next?
Peyton Barber.
Ugh.
We're going to sit you two.
Ugh. So
Great run defense, once again. It's going to be tough.
And who are you taking in that game?
Oh, I'm taking the Cowboys.
I'm not
Alrighty.
surprised.
Not surprised either.
Next matchup, we have the Buffalo Bills, who are 5-9. Kind of surprised by the record, to be honest.
Coming off that one against Detroit.
Exactly. Visiting the New England Patriots, who another surprising record to me is 9-5.
After they've lost 2 in a row.
That's very surprising. But in this matchup, for obvious reasons, they're giving New England's favored by 12.5. When it comes to this game, Buffalo is just having an opposite season too. They basically have no run game anymore. All their they got rid of Tyrod, so now they have Josh Allen playing, and I believe A.J. McCarron got injured, so he was gone too. Just everything's been a mess to them, so now they're just fighting to win games now. And basically, New England, they're always dominant. Even though, like you said, lost 2, they are looking pretty shaky. But when it comes to this matchup, you have to go New England.
New England?
New
Yeah,
England,
I like
definitely.
them as well.
Now, fantasy stuff.
Fantasy stuff.
Obvious starts, because the only good player for the Bills you should start is the Bills defense. Because of how shaky because of how shaky the Patriots offense has been.
Yep.
But for New England, you have to start the star running backs pretty much for who are Sonny Michel and James White.
Yep.
And then also start Julian Edelman, who had a great game last week. No.
Didn't matter for me.
But yeah, it didn't matter. He had a great game against the Dolphins, I know that for a fact. But
Yep. Sits.
LaShawn McCoy, like I said, no run game. He's banged up. He's not going to take advantage of this positive matchup for himself. So, and then for the Patriots, Josh Gordon, because he's going to be faced against Tre'Davious White, and like I said, the Bills defense can step up sometimes. So,
Yes. Good.
But yes, the Patriots will win this game.
All right. Now I'm going to swing this one over to you because it's the Panthers.
All right. 5-9 Atlanta Falcons at the 6-8
That's
Carolina
crazy.
Panthers.
You do not
You
get
sound
us
so
off that.
depressed in saying this.
Oh, they should be.
We're not going to go there. Proceed.
3 wins in that win column, putting them in the playoffs.
Anyway.
Start blocking. That's all I got. Catch the ball and start blocking.
They could catch the ball if they had good receivers.
Dang.
They're starting to show up. It's coming down more to a new age of receivers for Carolina.
And it's more Christian McCaffrey taking more of the workload.
It is.
Passing,
It is.
receiving, and rushing. So
It's going to come down to guys are going to start watching Christian McCaffrey. They're going to start locking him up specifically. It's almost like you go to a basketball game, you're going to find that one guy on each team that's just the best guy out there, and you've got to find a way to stop him, keep him covered, keep the ball out of his hands as much as you can. That's what it's going to come down to. And these other receivers, these other backs, they're going to have to step up and try to find a way to get the ball in his hands, get him further down the field, just overall help him out.
In terms of your pick, this should be obvious. Well, maybe not.
Nah, this one's coming close because there's a very good chance Cam Newton will not even be playing.
Yeah.
If Cam Newton plays, I will say it's going to be close. It will be Carolina if Cam Newton plays. If he does not, it will be the Falcons.
Carolina's -4. Remember that.
They are. But I feel like it's just going to be a little bit too close for comfort.
Yeah.
For this one, starts and sits, you got to start Matt Ryan. And Julio Jones, if he's going to play.
Yep.
Not great in the secondary. It's improving. It's getting better. Corners always getting better. For Carolina, start Christian McCaffrey. He's getting more touches than anybody.
And he's getting more pass attempts, too. And throwing the ball.
Yeah.
So, apparently that, too.
Sit Cam Newton.
Yeah.
And majority of the Panthers receivers, unless it's DJ Moore, I will say give him a chance. I don't know if he should be a guaranteed start, but if you're going to pick a Carolina receiver, pick DJ Moore.
Oh, yeah. And now, because it's your Jags, it's the Jags and Dolphins.
the Jacksonville Jaguars are traveling to Miami to play against the Dolphins.
It's a Florida game.
Florida games. Florida games are always fun. But Miami, surprisingly, is favored by 4.5 because they are looking pretty good in the recent weeks. They're not winning when they need to, but they're keeping it close.
Yep.
But when it comes to this matchup, basically both teams are having an unexpected season because we did expect Miami to be a little better. And Jacksonville obviously had a complete turnaround season, so.
Yep.
Just because how Jacksonville's being horrible. I'm sorry, but I think Miami could win this game. I'm going to pick Miami in this matchup.
Yeah, I agree with that. So.
But when it comes to fantasy-wise, for the starts, for Jacksonville, you always start your defense, even though how shaky they are.
Yep.
And you start Leonard Fournette.
Leonard Fournette.
But on the other spectrum, you want to start the Dolphins' defense as well, because both both offenses can be pretty shaky. So you should still start both defenses.
And for the sit?
For sits, I've said this the whole season. Dolphins running backs, they're so inconsistent. You never know who's going to be playing. And
Yep.
now that Frank Gore's pretty much banged up, and then we don't know when Kalen Ballage is going to be the star or Kenyon Drake, but they're probably going to most likely have trouble against the Jacksonville Jaguars defense. So
Yeah.
I would not start any Dolphins running backs this week for championship week.
So, we're going to stay in the Jacksonville Jaguars division. The AFC South, we're going to go up to Indianapolis, where the Colts are hosting the 5-9 New York Giants. Their second NFC East team in a row at home. Colts are 8-6. That win over Dallas last week was very impressive.
Very impressive for them.
Yes.
A shutout? Are you kidding me? I mean, God, the Colts, what a turnaround for them.
I'm so happy to hear this too.
I mean, they had their hiccup in the beginning of the year, and then Andrew Luck, and they just turned it on. He did.
They're protecting him.
Yeah, I mean, T.Y.
Huge.
Hilton,
He's coming up.
Ebron, Pro Bowler. Nice job, Detroit.
A little late to get those hands, but that's totally fine.
That's what I'm
Yep.
saying, Eric.
Yep.
Not you, Ebron.
And the Colts are -9 in this one. I like the Colts in this one. Just to keep their playoff chances alive, I like it. For fantasy, you start Eric Ebron. Jack Doyle's out for the year with a kidney injury. And the Giants are very weak tight ends. Obvious starts, you start Saquon
Have to,
and Odell, if he plays.
if he's there.
Running back Marlon Mack for the Colts and T.Y. Hilton. T.Y. And sit him, Sterling Shepard for the Giants. Sterling Shepard is owned in 70% of ESPN fantasy leagues. Why? He sucks. Straight up. I'll take the Houston Texans and at the Philadelphia Eagles for this next one.
This be a good game.
Yeah, considering the fact the Eagles even up the record after beating the Rams on Sunday night.
Yes.
7-500 record.
And the Texans barely escaped by beating the Jets in New York. In terms of this one, it's only -1, and Philly's the favorite.
Okay.
I'm going with Houston and my upset of the week.
Ooh, okay.
And for fantasy, you start Deshaun Watson, DeAndre Hopkins, and the Texans defense, because the Texans defense has been outstanding this year.
Yeah.
And you start for Philly, you start Alshon Jeffrey and Zach Ertz. Sit for Texans running backs. Lamar Miller's banked up, unfortunately. Deonta Foreman will be back, but his snaps could be limited. Demaryius Thomas has done nothing except catch 2 touchdowns thus far as the Texans. Eagles running backs, which of these guys will score or get the most touches? Again, nobody knows.
For this next one, we have the Minnesota Vikings. They're 7-6-1
Right.
at the Detroit Lions, who are 5-9. Well, one of those wins was from Carolina, so I can't say much.
Yeah.
This one's going to be tough.
No kidding. Jeez.
Don't want to say it, but I'm thinking the Vikings have quite an advantage here.
Yeah.
No, they do. I'm sorry, but they do.
They do.
Yeah. For this one, for the Lions, start Kenny Galladay. He's getting a lot of looks. Tons of looks.
He's getting a lot of looks, but no touchdowns.
Not many yet. Obviously, you got to start Dalvin Cook, Adam Thielen, Stephon Diggs, and the Vikings defense.
Not Diggs. Thielen. Can you catch like 2 touchdowns this week? Thanks. Thanks. Appreciate it. All right. And said,
Pretty much mostly just Minnesota's offense for a start.
except Kyle Rudolph.
Except Kyle Rudolph.
No, he hasn't done anything.
Not much.
In terms of this game, who do you like?
Unfortunately, the Vikings.
Uh,
I want
I want
Detroit.
Detroit to win, but I just think
It's gonna be the
win this
Vikings.
game.
Next, we have the Green Bay Packers facing the New York Jets.
Well.
And New York. New York is favored by 1.
Wow. Okay.
Packers.
Also, one more thing going back to the Lions game, Kerryon Johnson will be out.
For the
sure.
rest of the year.
Oh, no.
Yeah, he's on IR.
That is also why the Vikings will have an advantage.
Oh, yeah, because we have no run game. Speaking of no run game, I know the Jets don't have a run game.
Not anymore. Definitely not. Green Bay. Neither is Green Bay now. Because guess who's on IR too?
True.
Aaron Jones.
Yeah.
So this is going to be...
Jamal Williams, pick him up.
This game could happen, honestly, either direction. Because both teams are struggling hardcore, especially the Packers.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I'm kind of feeling the spread this week. I think the Jets will win this in a surprising fashion.
Really?
I have that feeling. I don't know.
Huh?
It's just,
I know what you mean with that feeling.
yeah. We got it from him.
Yeah.
When it comes to fantasy-wise, you got to start Robbie Anderson. His outlook is more promising now with Sam Darnold making better throws. And then, obviously, you still play Aaron Rodgers, if he's able to play, though. And then Devontae Adams as well. But you can't really start anybody for the Jets.
Yeah.
I think they'll win, but fantasy-wise, I don't think
Yeah.
anything will happen.
Yeah.
Sits, like I said before, Packers running backs, because they don't really have anybody anymore. Aaron Jones is hurt. Jamal Williams is too mediocre to take advantage of in this tough matchup. So, there you go.
Yeah. And, yeah, okay. So, the Battle of Ohio, Cincinnati, 6-8, and Cleveland, 6-7-1. Whew. Okay, Cleveland has to win to keep their Hail Mary of a playoff chance alive.
Still a chance.
Still a chance, like
Some chance.
this much. But in terms of this game, Cleveland is the favorite by 7. So 7.
Finally, they're
Yeah,
the favorite.
yeah, favorite by 7, and it's Cleveland. So so I like Cleveland. They look good against Denver. Baker, even though he had one terrible interception in Denver, but they still look good. Cleveland, to tell you, and
Comeback season.
a year or two, they might be division. They're probably going to be division winners with the way that they're progressing. Let's think about it. 2 years ago when we were on this show, we weren't even discussing because they haven't won a game. They went 0-16. Now look at them. I mean, it's unbelievable what they've done.
Full 2 hands of wins.
I called it.
2 hands of
Comeback season.
Yeah.
I only gave him 5.
Me too.
Yeah, you said that last season, February, they'll come back. But in terms of fantasy, you start Baker.
You have to.
Baker has a good opportunity to torch Cincinnati's poor defense again. Antonio Callaway for Cleveland. Antonio Callaway has been playing better lately, and Cincinnati has been weak against the pass. Obvious starts. You start Joe Mixon. Nick Chubb, Jarvis Landry for PPR, and David Njoku at tight end. Set up any Bengals receivers with A.J. Green and Tyler Boyd out. No Bengal receiver is worth starting at all.
Especially with their bad quarterback.
Oh yeah. Up next we have the Los Angeles Rams. They are 11-3 against the Arizona Cardinals with that opposite record of 3-11. This is my lock, no question.
That's my lock as well.
No question.
Easy.
It's going to be a big game.
Lots of
for the
points.
Rams.
Lots of points for the Rams.
Yes. Got to start Jared Goff, Todd Gurley, if he does play.
They signed C.J. Anderson this
They
past
did.
week.
They did. I feel like that will be a little bit helpful.
More of a cushion.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit more of a cushion.
Start Brandon Cooks, start Robert Woods, and the Rams defense. Pretty much all of the Rams. If you got somebody on the Rams, just play them. Arizona, don't do it.
Don't do it. You said that's your lock. All right.
Who are your sets?
What's
Anybody on the Cardinals.
Makes sense.
Makes sense.
Makes sense.
All right.
Next matchup, we have the Chicago Bears trailing to the San Francisco 49ers team, basically.
Opposite
This is
records
my
again.
lock. This is my lock.
The Bears.
The Bears,
The
they're
Bears.
going to demolish the 49ers. So everything is going right for the Bears after their huge win against Chicago, I feel like. That's just going to...
The Bears beat themselves.
No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. The Rams. Too many animals.
Yeah.
But yeah, after that huge win against the Los Angeles Rams, nothing I think is in their path now. So,
And they barely beat the Packers, but
but they still beat them.
yeah.
So,
Win's a win.
and the
Yep.
division matchups are always hard too.
Oh yeah, that's always tough.
Fantasy wise, you should start Mitchell Trubisky. He can be started because of his rushing ability as well. He's a pretty much dual threat quarterback. Dante Pettis of the 49ers. He's
Yeah.
been Nick Mullen's favorite target so far, aside from George Kittle, the beast. Oh my gosh, he's amazing.
No, George.
And then, obviously, you should start Tariq Cohen, especially in PPR leagues. The Bears' defense, any league, they're amazing. And then, like we said before, George Kittle, he's amazing too. Sit him. Trey Burton, you should not really start him. He's mostly been invisible, except for last week he's been pretty good. But, yeah, he's just been an average NFL tight end, not fantasy tight end.
Oh yeah.
And then, 49ers running backs, it'll be tough. Very tough for them to do anything against the Bears' defense. So,
Oh yeah.
that's my lock, the Chicago Bears.
All right. And this one, oh, I like this one. Actually, on paper, I like this one. The Pittsburgh Steelers 8-5-1 at the New Orleans Saints that are 11-2.
Upset.
This one's gonna have a lot of points in this one because it's in the dome. And
Yes.
if you want to go to the Super Bowl, you have to go through the Saints in that dome. So you have to put up a lot of points. So I like the Saints in this one. It's because of the way they've been playing. Drew Brees has been playing out of his mind. So is Alvin Kamara. It's just everything is just gelling together. Josh Hill, whatever he's doing, passing, running, blocking, I don't know, just to jazz it up there, down there in the Big Easy. I love the Saints in this one, and for fantasy reasons, because you start Ben Roethlisberger, James Conner. If he plays, he should be ready to go. They said he should be
It's a
ready
good
to
chance,
go.
yeah.
Ready to go. Jalen Samuels, if Conner's out. Antonio Brown, and Juju Smith-Schuster. For New Orleans, you start Drew Brees, Alvin Kamara, Mark Ingram, Michael Thomas, and the whole gang. Sit them, Vance McDonald for the Steelers. Saints have played very well against tight ends this
Just
year.
want to say this real quick. The Saints have been struggling in a couple weeks offensively, so that's why I'm going to pick Pittsburgh as my upset this week.
Ooh. All right. Who you got for Sunday night?
Sunday Night Football, Kansas City Chiefs 11-3 at the Seattle Seahawks 8-6.
Ooh.
Interesting.
Chiefs
Yeah. Especially last week against the Chargers.
losing Hunt.
Well, yeah, losing Hunt.
That
huge
was you can see the impact on them now. You can see a real impact there.
That was a kicker.
Yeah.
But
The Seahawks, I feel like they have a better chance now that Kareem Hunt isn't there.
so in terms of this game, who do you like?
Still going to be the Chiefs.
On the road.
But
Okay.
Yes, on the road. Start Tyler Lockett.
He catches a touchdown every game of the year. Every game this year.
That's
He's getting
Seattle's
like
offense,
clutch
buddy.
targets.
Pretty much. And Doug Baldwin, even though he had 2 touchdowns.
Yep.
That he's on that list.
Oh, for Kansas City, you got to start Mahomes, Spencer Ware when he plays.
If he plays.
Damian Williams if Spencer Ware is out.
He was a beast last week.
Tyreek Hill if he plays. And Travis Kelce.
Kelsey.
Seattle, along with Tyler Lockett. Wilson, Doug Baldwin.
Nice. No Simmons.
As far as
And
we know.
for the final game of the year, Christmas Eve.
Which I get to say.
It's Monday Night Football. And for the last fantasy zone,
We have the Denver Broncos going to Oakland to play against the Raiders. Raiders suck. Jeez, man.
hey, wow, okay.
I thought everything was going to be so
Hold
different
on a
with their
second.
coaching
So-
momentum.
so wait,
They've
you
got
think
the
they're
same
good?
record as the Cardinals.
They suck too.
Okay. All right,
Okay,
that's fair.
let's make it
Okay, it's just
make it
because
clear.
of all the hype we had with John
This is
Gruden
my
coming
upset.
back. That's your up.
What?
Wow.
I'm just throwing something random out there.
Okay.
Is that really your upset?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, Denver's not being too hot this season either, but they've been playing way better than the Raiders have, so I'm going to give this to the Denver Broncos.
If I'm making one more upset this year, it's going to be out there and it's going to make no sense.
That does make sense.
This
what
is
you
the
said
one.
makes sense.
All right, way to close 2018 with a bang.
But I am not going to pick Arizona over the Rams. That's just.
That's just stupidity.
I'm going to pick my lock and my upset in the same game. Sound good?
All right.
All right.
I don't think I've ever heard that before. Wow. But for starts for this game, Deshaun Hamilton for PPR for the Broncos. He's become Case Keenum's favorite receiver after everything that's been happening with him.
Yeah, after you lose like
If
3
you
of
don't
them.
have him on fantasy, pick him up for championship week. And in obvious starts, you got to start Phil Lindsay, the Broncos defense, and then Jared Cook. They're all amazing.
Yep.
Sit him, Cortland Sutton. He shouldn't start him this week. He's been banged up, and he's not been very productive as well. So
Yeah.
I won't start him either. But yeah, I think Denver has this.
Well, closing remarks. Please make sure you like and subscribe to this channel. And follow the show on Instagram and Twitter, which will be coming soon. And go check out Moneyball Sportswear. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
is. It's
Yeah.
pretty nice.
Yeah.
It's pretty nice.
Yeah. And same art and apologies. We ran out of time for you in 2018. We'll try again in 2019.
Maybe next year.
Real quick before we go, 20 seconds. Favorite thing around Christmas time that you do?
Definitely the food of my family, because the Christmas food, the atmosphere around it, seeing all the decorations in my family's homes, it's just, love it.
With you?
Oh man, there's a lot of stuff.
If you had to pick
We have
one.
about 17 more seconds, so go quick.
Yeah, we're
16,
running out of time.
15, 14. Definitely food. I'm gonna for sure say the food. I love food. I'm a big food guy. I know it may not look like it, but I'm a huge food guy. Lights are nice to look at. I normally go out with 2 people, go out with friends.
Yeah.
That was very quiet counting.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And like for me, like you guys said, food,
I was expecting
food,
a lot of-
family. Football on Christmas Eve will be fun to watch.
Oh, I forgot about football.
Yeah.
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 20 seconds
Man,
back.
Yeah.
basketball.
And
20 seconds back.
we're running out of time. Before Sam starts pounding on the door, try to come in. And I love the food, the atmosphere. If we get a little bit of snow, that would be great.
That'd be very nice. Yeah.
Yeah, because
Oh,
it
yeah.
doesn't feel like Christmas around here.
Mm-mm.
So, and we were out of time in 2018.
Wow.
So, and we will be back in January of 2019. Sam, our apologies again. We ran out of time. Until 2019, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and as always, keep it fresh.